Hello, my darlings, Gemini. Welcome to your January reading. I am going to be using my Sacred Forest Oracle, possibly with my Curious Creatures Tarot, I think, afterwards. And I'm going to do you a reading for January that is using the Sacred Forest Oracle to ask the questions that you would wish to have answers for at this time. If this reading resonates, my darling, you are hearing it within your divine design. And if it resonates or I resonate as a reader, don't forget to hit that like button, to subscribe, to comment, or to perhaps become a member of this channel where I offer some lovely perks. As well, I do also offer pay what you can readings, and the details are in and the link is in the description box below. So let's move ahead with the reading. And this is for those that most need to hear it. For Gemini, thank you, Spirit. What can the forest teach you at this time? Thank you, Spirit. What wishes to come out from this oracle deck about what the forest can teach Gemini at this time? Miracles has come out. So what I'm feeling with this, my darling, is that the forest can teach you. So it's something that you're choosing to learn. It's something you're choosing to embrace, and that there are miracles that happen. We've all heard of them. We have sort of been enamored by them. We've been encouraged by them. We've been in awe of them. But miracles are the universe's way of showing you that if you have just an ounce of faith and a willingness to believe in something and in yourself, miracles can happen, my darling. And maybe this is a miracle for you and another to go through a transformation together. But I feel that Spirit is saying to you now, the tears that you have been falling are passing now, and the blessings are coming through now with the rainbow here, which represents hopes and blessings. It also represents that you are coming more into alignment within yourself. So these colors for me are about the colors within our chakras, and when they're in beautiful alignment, it allows for a flow. It allows the things that have been stuck within us before to start to move again. And there is so much coming towards you that is there for you, and all it takes is your faith, my darling, the faith in the universe, the faith in God, the faith in yourself. So that is the miracle cards. What can the forest teach you? What secrets lie at the heart of the forest for Gemini? Thank you. And you have wisdom. Of course, it lies at the heart of the forest. Our spirit, wisdom. You have been venturing forth, I feel, into, well, it says here, in the heart of the forest. You've been venturing forth into the heart of this matter. You have been, and I feel with this card, because the owl moves silently, it moves quietly, it moves through the darkness, and it has that perception of higher wisdom. And I feel that you haven't been venturing forth in a very how would we put it, Spirit? You haven't been venturing forth in a sort of stumbling way, or a way that you're making mistakes. You haven't been sort of stumbling forward with sort of not knowing where you're going. You've been doing this in a way that you've been sort of sitting with it, sitting with the heart of the matter, and that wisdom has come to you. It's come through you. So don't ignore the wisdom that you're receiving at this time. And the wisdom is coming now because there are aspects of information, okay, knowledge that you have received during this experience, these experiences, whatever this situation is, or wherever you are right now in your life, and it's all coming together now as wisdom, which is it's divine source energy. It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are falling into place, and that's because that wisdom that you are receiving is within your divine design, my darling, and it is something that is allowing for a falling away of something as well. And thank you, Spirit. I feel like you've also sort of, how do I say this? You've fallen away from being in what we might call a defensive or attacking mode. You've sort of fallen away from it. You've fallen back. You've relaxed back into that. And that's the space that wisdom comes. Because if we follow through with energy that is more attacking or defensive or resentment or angry, we are following through into ego meeting ego, but you've fallen back into the soul position. And in this space now, there is a relaxation. And this is really beautiful. And it comes that the more you sit within yourself, the more you sit within your higher self, the more you realize how peaceful that energy is as well. And that comes from falling back rather than falling forward, let's put it that way. So that's the wisdom card. Thank you, Spirit. Because if we fall back, we're sort of behind the situation, aren't we? If we move forward, we step into the mind, we step into the emotional triggers, but falling back allows us that personal space to sit in the stillness, to feel the presence of the universe watching, God watching through us what is happening, and then to come with a response to the situation that is wise, that comes from a sense of knowing this is the right thing to do or say. Thank you. How do you connect to your wild side, my darlings? Your wild side. Thank you, Spirit. What wishes to come out? How does Gemini connect to their wild side, the power within you? This is the dragon, and the dragon is pretty wild, isn't it? I feel that whatever you're dreaming about at this time, whatever those dreams that you're having, those wildest dreams that you're having, and that's your wild side as well, please understand that you're being protected at this time. There may not be quite the right time for those dreams, but it's not to say that they're not happening, but it's to tell you that the elemental power within you, the elemental willpower within you is incredibly strong. And if you, in the quietest of nights or in the stillness where you feel that almost presence and that excitement and that sense of anticipation, believe in that as well, because our willpower is life force energy. And our willpower, when it is aligned with, now if our willpower is to be destructive, it will be destructive. Our life will be destructive. We will destruct things and things will happen for us to teach us about those lessons. But if our willpower is constructive, then what happens is we fall in tune with the universal rhythm. We allow the universe to work through us seamlessly. And, you know, dragons, this little dragon is looking at something in the future, and I will pull that card for you. But, you know, how do you connect to your wild side? To meditate, to trust in your vision, to trust in your dreams, to trust that you're being protected. And your wild side is also to step out of your mind, to step into the world of make-believe. The universe can only deliver to you within the boundaries of your beliefs. So believe in it all, my darling, and allow the universe to surprise you at this time. And also do it with an approach that comes back from that childlike belief that you had in things. Because we all believed, you know, when we were younger, in fairies, in fairy tales, in Father Christmas, in dragons, in all of it. And then we lost that sense of belief as the sensibilities of life. We lost the sensibilities for the sensibilities, lost the sense of belief for the sensibilities in life. And it sort of overshadowed, it overtook that childlike imagination. And remember, imagination, everything that we sit and we're surrounded by comes from imagination, to imagine. And so to connect to that wild side, keep imagining, keep visualizing. So let's have a look now how you can encourage this metamorphosis in your life right now. Too many cards, but I did see stability. How to encourage Gemini's metamorphosis, which is an uncomfortable stage, but it is a necessary stage. Use your knowledge that you have received, my darling, through that wisdom. You've got both Phoenix transmutation and air spirit knowledge. I feel that there is to encourage this change, to encourage this rising up from the ashes, to encourage something that you were, to create something that you intend yourself to be, but using what you have received along the way. This is knowledge here, okay? So to use that wisely, to come up in a way both these cards are coming up and away, or up and falling back. It's to allow yourself within the air spirit, within communication, within that knowledge that you have either yet to receive or have received, to come away from the situation. Keep doing what you are doing, my darling, with that owl spirit and that wisdom. Nothing is to be gained from entering into conflict. Nothing is to be gained from entering into a dialogue that is only one that's going to bring about more frustration and anger. When people or someone is not ready to receive what you are saying, or they're not ready to meet you where you wish to meet them, it is nothing really to do with you. It is to do with their relationship with themselves and how much they've met themselves as well. And I feel with this card that you're being asked to come up and away into the peace of the situation, to be able to see the wood for the trees, and to understand that what you are receiving right now through your intuition is absolutely spot on, and that you to continue to handle this, or to attempt to, if you found yourself caught up in the brambles of the forest, to continue to handle this with grace, with a gentleness of approach, with a letting go of approach as well, because there is, with this swan on this boat, there is grace, there is nobility, there is so much self-respect when we pull ourselves away, pull ourselves back, fall back from a situation, and allow things to come to us as they're meant to come to us. You know, the mind can think and think and think, as we know about things, but unless the answer is ready for us, it's coming up through us, through source energy, through our soul to us, we're not ready to receive it. And if we were to receive that information, we'd probably do things with that information that we shouldn't. We'd probably enter back into the fray. So but there is here this wonderful phoenix rising up from the ashes. And this is about you deciding to do things a new way, deciding to approach life a new way, which is really lovely. And that in itself, my darling, is giving you a different sense of sensibility that you have had previously in your life. And you are really now trusting within yourself. It's not so much a reliance on anybody else now, or a reliance on a relationship right now. Loyalty is very important to you. Loyalty is very important to you. And there is loyalty within this relationship that you've come to this reading about. And there is a sense of a longevity to it as well. But I think we all have a tendency sometimes to, from the ego side of us that takes greater front at things, to kind of get caught up in things that actually, when we step back and we see the wood for the trees, we think, well, why did I need to do that? Or, you know, you kind of reassess the situation. What is blossoming in your life right now? Thank you. Oh, I wanted to come out. Family. So those that have been sent to help you at this time, the wolf spirit family, those that have been sent to help you, those that have been sent to protect you, and maybe sort of, when I mean about protect, it's about not saving you from yourself, but perhaps nudging you like a wolf's nose would nudge, nudging you to perhaps look at things slightly differently, to have a slightly different perspective of this, because you've got that intuition, you do truly know, but maybe in running with this, Spirit is asking you just to pull back again, a little bit like, you know, the leader of the wolf pack will always be at the back. It'll fall back in order to watch the others. And that's the sort of energy that Spirit is asking at this time. You are very connected with this person, with these people, whatever this is for you, my darling. And you have a real sense of loyalty here. It comes back to this as well. And there's a closeness there, but you have people around you, whether it's this family or soul family, who are there to help you. And so do ask for help. Do ask for help with this situation. What is passing away in your life? Thank you, Spirit. What is passing away in your life? So you have got flexibility, but it came upside down like this. So the opposite side of flexible is to be very stiff, to be very rigid. And so what's passing away is the rigidity with which you have viewed this. I feel that you are now, it's like the willow lives by the water, and it puts its roots in deep, so it can bend with the change and with the shifts in the environment. So whatever's happening with the shifts of your foundations at the moment, you are becoming more and more flexible. You're becoming more and more allowing yourself to move with what's happening. You're becoming more appreciative of changes that are happening, and understand that change is part of this metamorphosis of you, plus a relationship that you may be in, or relationships, whatever this is in relation to. It's very important to point that out. It's whatever's resonating with you in relation to something you've come to this reading about. And to be flexible is to allow ourselves to move to thy will, not my will, because when we're very rigid in our approach, we are putting up an awful amount of resistance. That means that the burden of this can't be handed over to the universe. It cannot be resolved in a natural way, because we are causing and creating maybe a more approach that is just going to cause more and more of the same stark energy. And that's not happening for you anymore. You're becoming much more flexible now. And that's a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's like maybe you've been encouraged by spirit to bend to this situation, but now that flexibility is coming in. And because of that, my darling, you can see what's blossoming in your life, you know, the support of family here, and you know, the wisdom, the miracles, power, transmutation, and knowledge, which is just lovely. And what lies in the pools of your subconscious, our naughty, brilliant subconscious? What is lying there at this time for Gemini? Thank you. What is lying in the pools of subconscious for Gemini? Expansion and success. So you are, I feel this is sort of the early stages of you really truly believing in yourself, my darling. Believing in the power of this transmutation, this transformation that's happened. I feel that as this is sort of the early stages, but there's been a lot of growth. So what you're doing right now is flooding your subconscious with thoughts and feelings of this expansion, of how this is making you feel. And it's very successful. It's positive. So have a think about some of the things that you've been thinking about, because you are now receiving the early signs of this. You've got here this young apple tree here. And, you know, I was just out walking in the orchards here, and it always amazes me how just these young trees can bear so much fruit. So it doesn't mean to say that something that you have to wait a long while or venture forward in a way that requires a lot of work and a lot of pruning in order for results to happen. It is simply your desire to grow. And within each, and these little apple trees are absolutely abundant. And apples, you know, it says the spirit gardener of the summer. Apples are very representational of the seeds of everything are already there within us, like the acorn to the oak tree. So within your blueprint, within your subconscious, you've been feeding it or flooding it with thoughts of expansion. And so I want you to consider that perhaps the change that you're going through and everything that's happened is an aspect of what you wish to expand into, of what you've been putting out there. And it is successful. And look at this, what lies in the pools. There is that pool, the secret spring. So within you, there is this desire for a successful new start. Now, whether this is a renewal of something or a new start somewhere else, you are beginning to believe in yourself that this can be successful at this time. And I feel that you are also allowing, you're not rushing forward. I come back to that owl spirit and the wisdom card about the secrets that lie there, about you understanding actually what you are doing, about going to the heart of the matter and truly thinking, you know, because confusion comes when we don't truly know what we're desiring, with the feeling behind the feeling behind the feeling. And this is the feeling in the secret pools of this subconscious, your subconscious, and you are wishing to expand. And you are looking to have success. So let's have a look at expansion and success and what that means for you as well. Thank you, Spirit. And I want to also look at, first of all, the Dragon Power card, which is about connecting to your wild side. So what is that dragon looking at? Thank you, Spirit. And this is my Tarot of Curious Creatures. Ooh, what is that dragon looking at? Ooh, goodness me. Okay. So you, as I said to you, I believe I said you had a sense of, something happening. You had a sense of something coming in, this willpower you've got, and the dragon is looking at that. So that sense of something happening for you is true, my darling. You can feel it. It's using all your other senses bar what you can actually see, and you can feel it. And it's on a path, my darling, that is already giving you something now. Okay, that's important. It's on a path that you may or may not notice sometimes that this path is abundant. So whether this is a current relationship, a current job, but it's a path that's already been trodden by you. And it is a path that can be very relaxing and meandering if you choose to take it that way. And I trust that makes sense, but that's a message that's come through. And with the Star card, it is about the embracing that you have done to make a big shift in your life, to take responsibility of your response to a situation or reaction to a situation. And it is the promise of blessings to come, these miracles and this hope to come. And Spirit just wants to affirm to you that what this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is according to divine law for you. This is because of how you've been consciously or subconsciously using the spiritual laws to their greatest effect for you. And with the wheel, it is to have an expectation of more than you could have imagined it to be. So connecting to your wild side, as I said, is connecting to your wildest dreams and believing in them. Despite how rare you may think they are, like the white tiger, how seldom people see it, or how it could be a miracle if you were to see the white tiger. Spirit is saying to expect this, to have belief in yourself, despite the youngness of this apple tree. You are expanding, and there is much fruit being born at the moment. Now let's have a last little card with expansion and success. Thank you, Spirit. Three of Wands, of course, because that is your beautiful, darling. Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is what lies in the pools of your subconscious. Okay. So expansion and success, and that is affirmed by the Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So you've already put this out there. This is that affirmation from Spirit. It's done. It's answered. It is something that is of authentic self. It is something that is noble. It is something that is without judgment. It is something that is in tune with the perfect vibration for yourself in terms of your soul's path. So that is absolutely stunning. And alongside of that, you have the Nine of Pentacles. And what I'm feeling with this Nine of Pentacles with the bear here, this has come about because of the inner work that you've done, because of the releasing that you've done, because of the rest you have done. And I feel a lot of that rest has come through in the dragon power as well, and about taking time out with the owl, with spirit wisdom. And a lot of that's been done this winter, my darling, this winter just gone. And but I feel that there is a sense of you now getting dressed up and ready for what you know you're consciously manifesting. One of those things that you're looking to manifest may come in a little bit slower than the others, but that again is within divine design for you. But and you are ready to set free. This is the falcon here. It's almost like you're almost there, Spirit is saying. There's a slight nervousness within you, but there is an expectation from you, and you're ready to set this falcon free. And the falcon represents taking flight and having an infinite sense of anticipation of the opportunity coming to you. And that's what I'm feeling with this Nine of Pentacles. Again, it's something, my darling, it's something, my sweetheart, that is, I'm feeling that is a path you're already on. Okay, whether this is your career path or whether this is a relationship that has a chance of a shift and a change and renewal within it, with its family or friends or a love, someone you're in love with. But this is a path you're already on, and I'm very excited for you as well, because you're open to it too. So there we go, my darling. I trust and hope that this has resonated and helped those that have come to this reading. I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. And in the meantime, do remember to check out those daily readings and also the yearly star sign reading for yourself. Take care, my darlings. Lots of love. Bye-bye.